It is time for List Live.
On the docket for today, Marshall University Athletics.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, and the number one ranked spot is...
Welcome back to List Life. I'm Shane Darling, alongside my good friend, as always, Connor Brown. How we doing, Connor?
I'm doing fantastic, Shane. Very excited for this episode. We got a good guest on for us this week. Episode 3 is going pretty good.
I was literally, you just took...
Sorry, I took your thunder, Dad.
I was going to introduce him. That's fine. Our special guest today, senior studying sports journalism, as well as Connor and I, right here at Marshall University, the FM 88 sports director at Marshall's student-run radio station, 88.1 WMUL-FM, which in turn makes him Connor and I's boss.
Yeah.
However, he's Connor and I's good friend as well. The man from Irontown, Ben Anderson. How are we doing today, Ben?
I'm doing great, Shane. I'm doing great. Yes, I'm doing fantastic.
That's it.
That's all we got.
Okay, hey, that's fine. That's
Short and
fine.
sweet, like his favorite
All right,
album.
well, we will have our 3 lists as always today. Our quick hitter will be yours truly as I rank the top 10 Marshall athletics teams of all times. We figured, we all have our hands in Marshall sports here.
Yeah.
So Marshall athletics makes the most sense. The mid-range will be Connor with top 10 Marshall coaches of all time. And then we're giving the huge honor of the final buzzer to Ben Anderson.
It's a massive honor.
With the top 10 Marshall athletes of the Sun Belt era. But first off, the audience has to know who you are, Ben Anderson. So I'm going to ask you a few questions here. Now, we're going to revolve this entire episode around Marshall sports. So you're the sports director at WMUL-FM. Going back to your younger days, little Ben Anderson running around up in Ironton, what originally drew you into sports?
My parents was always on TV, and also I grew up around Marshall athletics. Just basically all my family, all Marshall alums. My parents were season ticket holders for football, so I grew up watching Marshall football, and I just got into the sport of football, and then just fell in love with it. I was the kid at 7 years old. I was watching the NFL Network, and there was nothing else on TV instead of watching Nickelodeon like every other kid was doing. I was out here learning ball, like learning who Walter Payton was, Joe Montana. I was out here learning ball knowledge.
You ref too, don't you?
I do officiate football, in West Virginia and Ohio. That's something my dad did for the longest time. I'd go with him and just watch high school football games because, it was just fun on Friday nights. And then when I turned 18, my dad was like, "Hey, how about you get into it?" And I was like, okay, because they needed somebody on the crew anyway. So I got my licenses, became a back judge for a few years. Then this year I gave up doing varsity to pursue more broadcasting opportunities. But yeah, I still enjoyed doing like the middle school levels and everything. But in terms of officiating, it's still nothing better than doing it under Friday Night Lights. It's just something
true.
that's just completely different.
So actually last night, I reffed a soccer game at Hoops Family Field under the lights in the rain. That was pretty sick.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie. It was great. And it was 2 really good teams. It was Huntington High and Spring Valley. So those are two solid squads, but yeah. So what brought you, Ben, to sports journalism in Marshall University?
Well, of course, just for Marshall, just loved Marshall University. So I always thought if I want to go to college, it's going to be Marshall University. I could not see myself going anywhere else. Well, sports journalism, I was actually, and it's kind of a long story, but I think we got time for it. I can't remember what year it was. I want to say 2019, 18, it's around that time. Marshall football was at FAU. Conference USA, still in the days of the Facebook live streams, watch Marshall sports. For those who remember the nightmare that was, thank God for ESPN Plus, because that was a nightmare trying to figure that out in the Anderson household every Saturday. But either way, I always kind of just wanted to work in sports because, hell, that's the only thing I knew. Why do something if I don't know anything about it?
That's fair.
Yeah.
So then they're watching, I'm watching, and they go behind the scenes at halftime. My mom went, "Pay attention to this." I'm like, okay. So they're showing everything, and then they show the broadcast booth at the end. And all of a sudden, a light bulb just clicked to my head. I'm going, wait, I can watch a game. I can see what's going on. I can get paid for it. I want to be a broadcaster. My dad went, "Yeah, right."
Oh,
okay.
Dang,
Okay,
bro.
Mr.
Mr. Anderson, the hater.
Hater on the side.
A couple years later, of course, the pandemic hits, and I still had that dream, and I am an Eagle Scout too, so I was actually doing a Boy Scout event. We went, College Career Center is where we went, and I was showing how to retire flags. They had a student reporter ask me, "What do you want to do when you get out of high school?" Of course, I was junior at the time. I said, "I want to be a sportscaster." Scoutmaster looked at me, "How come you never told me that?" Because he ran a live streaming company. I went, "Well, dude, he never asked." So went to Ironton St. Joe, and we started streaming basketball games, and I called that my junior and senior year. Met with Jason Toy who's now at a total media company in Ashland, Kentucky, and a former WMULer. And I had asked him, I was like, hey, if I go to Marshall, what should I major in? He went, if you want to do this, go sports journalism and work at WMUL, it'll be the best decision you ever make. I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it, dude. And honestly, that was the best decision I've ever made. So at the end of the day, Jason Toy was right.
I'm jealous, but up where I live in Michigan, we didn't have any like high school broadcasting.
I was like, high school sports is a big thing down here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, my high school, we started it like my sophomore year. We started doing it a lot. We did a lot of basketball, like volleyball. I did like 3 years of volleyball. Like, I'm kind of jealous you started. Like, you had a lot going on down here. As Shane mentioned, like, I didn't get it till later in life, and that's when I really also decided I wanted to. Also, Anderson, you also work at Kindred now.
That's
all
true.
that, and I had the pleasure of calling a high school football game with you. That was a lot of fun. It was a good game too. But how has the Kindred thing been so far?
Oh yeah, it's been great. I remember you asked us, how'd you get into it? It's like, well, 2 summers ago, I needed an internship, and I knew Paul Swan was down there. So I reached out to him and said, hey, Dr. Bailey told me I think it'd be good if I interned for you. So he let me intern for him, and what I did, I'd go to Kindred every day, and because he does his talk show, The Drive, I'd write the scripts for him every single day, and I'd get the guest on for him. And that's what I did for 3 months and fell in love with it. And he was impressed with me so much that, and then later on down the road, if he needed somebody to fill in, he messaged me, hey, can you do the drive this week for me? Like during finals, right before Christmas, he went, can you drive for me during dead week? I gotta go, I need to burn vacation time. I went, yeah, Paul, I'll go down there. So I went down there and did it. I actually went down there this summer to go do it. And Big John Bone looked at me and went, are you looking for employment right now? And I went, yeah. He went, well, we need a guy that can do a lot of production stuff. You want to work here? I went, how much you going to offer me? They went, well, we'll pay you minimum wage, but you probably work so many hours. I went, where do I sign? So I filled out all my paperwork, and then as a bonus, they went, hey, you know what? We need a color guy to go to Cabell Midland. All right, so you can do all the Marshall stuff. You do Cabell Midland football for us. They impressed me enough as an intern. They decided to hire me as a part-time employee after the fact. I got my own desk now. It's great.
Hey, there you go. There you go. So you grew up a Marshall fan, as you said. Now you're in a very prominent role as the sports director at WMUL. Can you talk about maybe like the sense of pride you have in being in such a high role here at the student station?
It is a great pride. Well, before I answer this, the last few years at Marshall, like, there's kind of a cool feeling when I grew up as a diehard Marshall fan. Then I get to call games at Marshall University. Like, it's like the perfect dream come true. Of course, now just being in charge of the FMA sports team, it kind of shows like how responsible one has to be and how disciplined one has to be too in terms of time management and everything. Of course, being an Eagle Scout, I've learned how to like coordinate different things and work with groups and be able to coordinate projects, but not have to run a staff day in and day out like I am right now. And it's very humbling. I'm honored to hold the position because it showed that, hey, I've worked my way up. A lot of people have trusted me and have faith in me. I don't want to let them down. And they know I'm that type of person that every day I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to give you everything I have every single day. And that's kind of what I've learned to live by. And that's what I try to do for the staff, try to give them my best every single day and try to help them get to where they want to be with the knowledge that I know with the little bit of time I have left here at Marshall and the connections I have.
Absolutely. And when you leave, your time here at Marshall ends, what would you like to leave behind for people to remember you as?
As just a kid that always worked his butt off and was always willing to help out others. Just be the guy that you always remembered as Ben was always the guy. So, hey, if we needed somebody, we knew that Ben could help us out with it. Or he always cared for every single one of us and wanted the best out of us. And I also just want to be that guy, even after I leave, that people on staff can still reach out to me and I can still help them out get to where they want to go, because I've had sports directors in the past, like my great friend Justin Zimmer. Even though he left after my freshman year, he's still my best friend for life. I still ask him for advice. Like most of the time when I'm about to go do a beat report, I send him questions the night before and still look over them. And he hasn't even been my sports director for 3 years, and I still have him look over my stuff. Hell, when I did the Gerald Harrison AD interview, I had him look over the questions before I had Dr. Bailey look over them the night before.
Wait, he looked over the AD stuff too?
Yes,
That's okay. That's
yeah,
great.
he looked over
That's
everything.
hilarious.
Yeah, he looked over everything. He was giving me additional questions he wanted to be asked. And we're always talking back and forth about how I can improve and just life and everything in general. And I just kind of be that same person for everybody else moving forward.
Well, Ben, thank you for coming on. It's going to be a great time here as we're going to start to move into the more fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Now that the audience knows who you are, but I got one last question. Outside of radio, what are some things you like to do? Who is Benderson? By the way, we're going to call him Benderson.
Yeah, it's the station nickname.
Yeah, last year in this station, we had 3 Bens, so we kind of had to separate them. So Benderson became his name. Who are you outside of the station?
Honestly, it's like, well, I'm just a very energetic guy and just a big major sports fan. That's kind of, if I'm outside station, we're just watching sports, and my son's doing homework, just playing video games. But mainly
What
just
games?
mainly like 2K or like Madden or
Not a big 2K.
What's your favorite Madden of all time?
Madden 13 because that's the one I grew up with.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a good one. That's a good
a
one.
really good
I thought you'd say Madden 07 on the PS2. We were talking about that the other day.
I had NCAA football 07.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
meant. Yeah, you're right.
College
You're right. You're right.
I play that. I've played that so much. I try to play it now and it freezes up all the time because how much I played it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
That is
No,
nuts.
Madden 13. My mom had to buy a second copy because the Xbox 360 ate the first one. How much I played it.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm not making this up.
I don't think that's healthy.
I don't think
It was
that's a
bad.
lot.
I don't think that's good.
Okay,
but
well-
hey, I mean, hey, you do you.
Gotta respect
You
the game.
Live your life. Well, I think it's time to get into it.
Gotta get into
Honestly,
this.
the audience has a good gist of who we got on today. So I'll take it away with our quick hitter, as we like to do. Get ready. It's the top 10 Marshall teams of all time. I do have a couple honorable mentions. I got 1971 football.
Okay.
You got to
Yeah.
tip
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cap.
That's a good
you
one.
got
Yeah,
to.
you gotta
You got to tip the cap to the young Thundering Herd. 2 wins after the plane crash, which, for those of you that don't know, get out from that rock you've been living under. That's Marshall's football
don't know
team
about
crashed.
that, then, yeah.
And all 75 members on the plane in 1970 passed away. We Are Marshall's a great movie, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Go
phenomenal.
watch that.
Hey, Matthew McConaughey. That was one of his
Fantastic.
best.
We
One
talked
of
a
his
lot
best-
about McConaughey.
One of
Yeah.
his best performances, in my opinion.
Yeah, he
Agreed.
really did really good.
Honestly, We Are Marshall and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days
I
from
think
last
that's his
week.
best two movies. Honestly,
I
that's his
agree.
best two
Honestly, yeah.
movies.
Interstellar.
Okay, Interstellar.
He's got so many good ones.
Interstellar.
Also,
Wolf of Wall Street.
He's more of a side
well, I will
character,
say
though.
the guy who plays Red Dawson in We Are Marshall.
He had a great. He was a. I can't remember who it was. but-
I'd say he did the best job.
Yes,
he did
I
a
agree.
phenomenal job.
I agree.
He did really good.
That's
We should
facts.
turn this into a We Are Marshall episode.
Hey,
honestly.
you know it.
The other honorable mention I have, women's basketball 2024.
Okay, yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say that has to be on that
Yeah,
list
I would
somewhere.
say,
The Kim,
yeah.
Kim Caldwell
Kim Caldwell,
season.
yeah,
Being
26
one
and
that
7.
Reds do that and called a lot of games to that.
Yeah.
I said, say if you did not have that on an honorable mention or anywhere, there's going to be problems. Something
17
was
and
wrong.
1. Yeah, 17 and 1 in the Sun Belt. It was Kim Caldwell's run and gun 3-point shooting team. So much fun to watch.
Oh my God, that's
Oh,
the
it
best,
was great.
best
Fun to watch.
basketball I've
It
ever
was
watched in my
great,
life.
yeah. Second of 2 NCAA tournament appearances from Marshall women's basketball. Highest ever seed with 13th. Probably would have cracked the top 10, but unfortunately got pummeled by Virginia Tech in the first round of the tournament by 43. So unfortunately,
you want to know about that game? The FMA sports team actually covered that game.
yeah, I heard about
Cal-
that.
It was
Yeah,
Ben
they did.
Cower, Jonathan Edwards, and myself that traveled down to Blacksburg,
That's
Virginia
awesome.
to do that game.
There you go. Well, that's pretty cool. All right, now cracking into the top 10, Marshall volleyball from 1995. 24-10 overall, Southern Conference champions. First of only 2 ever NCAA tournament appearances. Actually swept Florida A&M in the NCAA tournament play-in game for Marshall volleyball's only ever NCAA tournament victory. So, hey, pretty good. Got to give the cap. I'm also the volleyball guy, so you know I was going to...
Yeah, yeah, be
Big
biased towards
volleyball
that.
guy.
You know I was going to put them on there.
Massive volleyball guy. over here.
Huge
Massive.
volleyball. Big volleyball guy. No one else is
Unlimited.
massive. Low taper. Okay, sorry. Number 9, we got Marshall softball in 2013.
Okay, yeah, that was
Yeah, It
valid.
was a great team.
Valid.
36 and 22 overall. One of only 2 ever NCAA tournament appearances. Lost its first round game to 12th seed Kentucky by only 1. Actually won its elimination game against Notre Dame 3-1. Which Marshall softball's won 2 NCAA softball tournament victories. Almost advanced to the regional championship, but lost to Virginia Tech 3-2.
Hey, you want to know so cool about that game? I remember I was on vacation. We saw on the TV show ESPN. I remember seeing the promo for that Virginia Tech game, and I went, wait, how's Marshall on ESPN for softball? I know a great guy to
Big
talk
brain.
about that game. No, because I didn't know anything on
Oh,
softball.
you would have
at the
been,
time.
what, like 10?
Yeah, but you know a
2013?
great guy to talk about more softball that? Scott Hall, because he was the one that called all the away games for MUL at that time.
That's fair.
So yeah, and Scott was the SID for softball at that time, so he's a great guy to talk to about that.
Okay.
That's cool. All right, number 8, we got Marshall baseball in 1978. We're going way back to the archives. 27 and 13 overall, second of 2 ever NCAA tournament appearances? Yes, it's been since 1978, since Marshall baseball.
Who's the star pitcher? I knew the answer to this.
I do as well, but I'm blanking. What is it? Who is
Albie
it?
D. Young.
Yep. He was insane.
Albie D. Young.
Won its first 2 games against Florida State and Clemson 4-0 and 9-3. Made it to the regional final. Unfortunately, lost to Miami of Florida twice. Only Marshall baseball or softball team to ever make it to the regional final. So we're starting hot with the top 3. You will see the reason as to why this is the quick hitter, because once we get into the top 6, it comes a little repetitive with the teams on here.
I've noticed that.
A little bit. Number 7, men's basketball from 2018. 25-11 overall, one of 6 NCAA tournament appearances. Only Marshall basketball team ever to advance to the round of 32 after upsetting 4th-ranked Wichita State 81-75 as a 13 seed.
Johnny Buckets is him.
Yep. No,
Johnny
that's true.
Buckets
That's
was
true.
that guy. He was that guy.
I will say, when I made the decision to come down to Marshall, I watched the highlights of that game. I was already hyped up. Like, I was pumped up, man, ready to wear the Kelly green.
I remember watching that game in high school because all my teachers were all Marshall alums. So they pulled out all the projections. We all watched
there you
that
go. That's
Marshall
cool.
game
That's
versus
sick.
Wichita
That's sick.
State.
That's it.
I will say, we chose Marshall athletics for today because it fit well with Benderson. Also, I was thinking about this last night. We all seem to bleed Kelly Green, except for one issue. Connor Brown's never been to a Marshall football game.
Not once. I need to go. I'm going. When's the next home game?
11th.
That's when I'm gonna go to that one.
Brother.
You yelled at me to do it, so I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to that one at least.
Didn't go to homecoming last year, by the way. Didn't go to the 75 game.
I didn't. I did not.
What were you doing?
I need to make money, bro. It's like I need to make money. I work a lot.
He's got to make the $70.
Yeah, the $70.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. I mean, money's money. But also in
100.
2018, men's basketball lost in the round of 32 to West Virginia University. I know that's
We don't talk
that's
about that.
terrible.
We don't talk about that
But
game.
honestly, though, how cool is that? That Marshall and West Virginia played in the NCAA tournament.
Okay, that was pretty cool, but we don't talk about that game.
Yeah, I
That
get
was
it.
bad.
I get it.
remember
But like
watching that.
the 2 teams in the state of West Virginia were able to face off in the NCAA tournament. That's pretty sick.
That's why I hate Huggy Bear.
Okay, well, just a lot of negativity, honestly, from Benderson today. But hey, I get it. So wait, who would you root for, Pitt or WVU?
I'm rooting for Pitt.
Okay, interesting.
I will never cheer for WVU.
That's fair. I thought it was hilarious how in the first home football game of the year, they played WVU on the screen losing, and everybody was cheering, and then unfortunately Marshall lost. So
Yeah.
a little bit of a karma moment, but it happens. All right, number 6, men's soccer from 2019. First final appearance of any sport in the highest level of Division 1 in NCAA sports. 11th seed Marshall got knocked out in the semifinal by 6th seed Washington. Did beat WVU in the quarterfinal. Hey, there you go. That's a big dub. And huge milestone moment for Marshall men's soccer as it solidified itself as a soccer blue blood, especially in the last 10 or so years.
Please tell me the 2020 soccer team is on this list.
I don't know.
You
Guess
have to
we'll
wait and
find
see. You
out.
gotta wait
Guess
and
we'll have
see.
to find out. I mean, it would definitely make sense,
It would.
but you never know.
National champion, baby.
This is true. And number 5, I got 1992 football. First national championship in any sport in school history. It was an FCS national championship. Just want to make sure that is noted. Sparked Marshall's rise into a 1990s dynasty, with Randy Moss, Chad Pennington. Everybody forgets about Michael Payton. Michael Payton was the first
Michael
quarterback.
Payton was a dog.
Yeah, everybody forgets about him because everyone's like, oh, Chad Pennington. Which, by the way, Chad Pennington, former WMUL member.
That's
awesome.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that till this year.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured out when you figured it out.
So turns out when he would call games, he'd use his middle name. So he'd call himself
okay.
Chad middle name. So that the listeners were, Chad
Okay.
Pennington. Yeah, that's pretty sick, though. They were 12-3 overall, 5-2 in conference, which is kind of crazy hearing that they won a national title. But
Well,
hey, good
the
for them.
Southern Conference was stacked at
It
that
was.
time, though.
It was. Yeah. Number 4, just 4 years later for Marshall football, 1996, the second Division I AA title in school history, nowadays known as FCS. Perfect record. Randy Moss caught 28 touchdowns. Widely considered one of the best FCS teams ever. So, yeah, I got to tip the cap to that team. And then making the podium is Marshall football in 1999. Did not win a national championship. However, went undefeated at the FBS level, 13-0. Motor City Bowl win versus BYU. Finished the season ranked 10th in the AP poll. I'm sorry, I'm taking 10th in AP in FBS over an
Crazy.
FCS championship.
They were in the
Yeah.
Mid-American Conference and number 10 in the country.
Yeah, but I'm going to take 10th in FBS over championship in FCS. I'm going to take that. Chad Pennington at quarterback, Marshall legend. As we mentioned, former FM88 sports member, so that's a pretty cool little tidbit. And then to the top 2, men's soccer in 2024. coming in at number 2. National runner-ups, almost got the second national title at the highest D1 level in school history. Lost in sudden death overtime to Vermont. I was watching that game. It was
We were all watching that game.
I watched that game.
Oh, I was
my
heartbroken.
gosh.
I was heartbroken. And the problem was we just seemed in so much control for so much of that game. It
When-
just got away.
Vermont forced overtime. I knew the game was over. It was just a matter of when it was going to happen.
It was brutal. And then the best Marshall sports team of all time, as Benderson mentioned earlier, men's soccer in 2020, first and only highest level Division I championship in school history. Beat Indiana 1-0 in overtime of the College Cup final, put a star over the Marshall logo, and enshrined Coach Chris Grassi as a Marshall sports legend because he has turned this school into a powerhouse of college men's soccer. So there you go. I mean, I think it's a pretty solid list.
I think it's solid.
Yeah, that's solid.
I think it's
I
a
like
good
it.
list.
I'll give you that. That's
we
solid.
do
What's that
have
ranking looking like,
our
though?
polls, as always.
Wait, we have polls for this?
We have a
I posted
live
it
poll.
online.
What?
So I got a B to start out.
Okay, that's
crazy. No, how is that a B?
But I think it should be like
is that
a
the thing you
close
put
to
on
an
your
A.
Well,
Instagram
so
story? Yeah,
I'm gonna say this. A couple of our WMUL coworkers, I think they're trying to be funny. Ethan Patrick,
All
put
Fs.
all Fs.
All Fs.
Allison Messinger, by the way,
Okay, she's a hater.
put a D minus.
That's crazy.
What does she
Yo,
know?
we
She's in
posted-
news.
We posted
okay?
when you,
I think
whatever.
she just trolling.
Honestly,
whenever,
I agree.
Troll.
We had like the radio account posted me and your show. She posted it on her story and was like, "Listen for controversial takes." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
We
She's
aren't
like,
controversial
this is
here.
pure
Screw that.
legit.
We're having a great time.
She's the same one that uses AI for buzzer beater.
She did.
Dude,
Yeah.
she showed
So
me that.
I
That
think
was
she
hilarious.
has no room
That
to talk.
was so
She has no
funny.
room to talk.
It
That was so
happens.
funny.
Alrighty, but yeah, I mean, good start. We'll take a B to start, and we'll move on to Connor Brown with the mid-range.
It is mid-range time, everybody.
Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna start us off with an honorable mention. I'm gonna go Coach Chris Grassi on this one. Okay.
Okay.
Reason why? Have it on there. The only reason why.
First off,
I will say why.
No. I'm going to say this right now. You pipe down over there.
Okay, buddy,
little
chill. I
little
was
buddy.
gonna explain myself why it's like that. But
I
can
love
tell
you.
Let the man
You
explain-
forgot to introduce the thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Fine. So my top 10. So Shane's yelling at me is top 10 Marshall coaches of all time.
There you go.
And yeah, so I'm
Let the man explain,
now.
Shane.
No.
The reason why I was looking over this because obviously I didn't know that many Marshall head coaches coming into this, and obviously I mainly knew like the more recent ones like Kim Caldwell, like Coach Chris Grassi, like mentions like that. So
Heather
I was
Stout.
doing this, and Heather. Yeah, I talked to her when we did that first game
Yeah.
together. But
Volleyball coach, by the way.
yeah, God, okay, and I was doing all of this research, and I completely forgot about Chris Grassi to put him on.
Yep.
So I'm doing the honorable mention for Coach Grassi. Obviously, he completely turned around the Marshall program,
bad.
and I forgot about it.
So bad.
That is me being completely honest. I
Why didn't you
completely
just
forgot.
put him in the list?
I can't right now.
Oh yeah, you
I
already
can't- I
said
can't.
it. You
I
locked.
can't.
You
I
locked
can't.
it. I mean, that's bad, dude.
Yeah,
That's-
it's bad.
that's
Yeah, it's bad.
awful.
I know it's
That
bad.
is
But
awful.
Besides Grassi being on here, I think my list isn't that bad. I think besides Grassi, I realized that I got a couple texts.
Yeah. well, don't worry. We got some.
Oh, I got some
fan.
How many people yelled at me? Real quick, do it right now. I want to see how many people yelled at me for not putting Grassi
for
on there.
Grassi, we got one.
Do, do, do,
I think we just got one. It's
Is it Ben Westfall?
former. Yeah, Ben Westfall.
I know he texted me
Former.
and said that.
Wait, when does Westfall's opinions actually matter?
No,
When
he's-
do they actually
yeah,
start to matter?
That's crazy.
yeah.
Just
So
kidding.
I was
all right. Keep going. Keep going. Number
Okay,
10.
so
let's get
action
into it.
number 10, I have Rick Tolley from the football coach from 1969, 1970. The reason why I have him on there is just because he's remembered as part of Marshall's enduring story of resilience. That's why I have him on number 10.
Great honorable mention pick.
Yeah, I know.
But to top 10 coaches of all
Listen, is it your list or
Let-
my list?
The man cook.
Thank you. Now, since that's all I really have to say for number 10, because I think just him being remembered that way in terms of Marshall's story is well done for that.
You know, I respect the respect.
I
Yeah, I'm
respect the
respecting him.
respect as
That's what I'm
well.
doing.
I feel like that would have been a great honorable mention respect.
Well, he's getting top 10 for respect. That's how me respecting him, put him in top 10. You're welcome. Now, number 9, I have the best, to Ben Anderson's eyes, the best coach Marshall women's basketball has ever had. I have Kim Caldwell at number 9.
That's facts.
As I have. She's only at number 9 because only coached 1 year for Marshall.
She was here
It's only
for
why.
a year.
Yeah,
But
that's
now
why-
she's
that's
at
why
the
it's like
University
that.
of Tennessee,
And
so-
she's tearing it up at University of Tennessee.
But she was here for a year.
Yo, why are you so negative right now? Why are you so
She
negative?
I'm
absolutely
giving the
turned that
audience what they
program.
Yeah, why are you
want.
so
She
negative?
absolutely turned that program around, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
for
did.
a year.
Yeah,
Still.
if you do it, Marshall women's basketball was like before she showed up.
Yeah.
It was
And
also amazing.
Whoa. Sco her, dude.
And also, like me and Anderson, we did a couple of games last year Me and you watched a couple heartbreakers last year too.
But I was actually going, if this was Caldwell, this game would have been over.
Literally. And like she went 26-7 in her one season. She won the Sun Belt regular season tournament. Oh my gosh.
6-7. 6-7.
Their show is falling apart.
It's falling apart. She took Marshall to the first NCAA tournament since 1997, and she won the WBCA Maggie Dixon Rookie Coach of the Year. She had one of the best.
What?
Maggie Dixon.
Oh.
Rookie Coach of the Year.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Look it
What?
up.
I was just
Look
asking.
it up.
Look it up. Look it up. Okay, that's why I have.
Look it up.
So okay, that's my number 9 and number 8, and this is also kind of an Anderson territory. I have Jeff Small, who's a track and field and cross country coach.
I respect that because
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, Jeff Small is a great coach, and I actually had a great chance to be able to report on him my freshman year.
Who haven't you reported on?
Basically, I'm having actually really.
Okay, let's see here. Baseball. I've actually not done baseball.
Okay, have you done softball?
Yes, I did did last year for my capstone.
Okay.
I did swim and dive one time just for laughs and giggles. As I for the Sun Belt Championships because I decided to do that.
Laughs and
For laughs and giggles.
Well, I did a package on them just for fun, just for funny.
No, I wanted to do it, so I said I reported on swim and diving. So I was like, okay, so knock that out. Tennis, I've never done tennis. That's because I just don't know tennis. Golf, I have not done golf.
Oh, big golf guy. I've hooped with the golf team here.
You have. I know.
I've not done
Dude,
volleyball.
your story was so- it's so funny.
Okay, the only reason I know the golf team, well, I probably would have gotten to know them eventually just through research and stuff.
Yeah.
But I went to go play basketball at the rec one day. There was these 7 guys that needed an 8th to play 4v4. I was like, yeah, I'll play with you. And we're playing there, and I noticed a couple of them had Marshall athletic shirts on. So I just finally asked them, I was like, what sport do you guys play? And they all kind of looked at each other and looked at me and said, we're the entire men's golf team. And I just started laughing. So these guys one of them was dunking and the other splashed like 7 threes.
Why
And
are we
they're-
playing golf?
And they're the
Like,
golf team.
why are we playing
Yeah,
golf?
Great guys though.
Marshall needs a guard.
But to answer your question, okay, I could just answer the ones I have done. It's like football, men's, women's basketball,
Yeah.
We are so off topic.
It's fine. It's fine. We got time.
softball, cross country, and then men's, women's track and field, and women's swimming and diving.
Okay.
Fair. All right, keep going.
Back on my, so the reason why I have Jeff at 8 is because obviously 30 years leading that program, still now 1995 to now he's still coaching the team. He oversaw dozens of school records broke. Is he not?
No.
I thought he was.
No, they mutually parted ways after the 2023
right.
after
Okay,
the
you're right. I forgot about
2022-23
that.
season.
That is
They
my
parted
fault.
ways,
See,
and Keith Roberts came
Yeah,
in. And
Keith.
Keith
I'm glad we
Roberts
have
was
a
the
real
program.
Marshall ball knower because everywhere I looked, I swear to God said he was still there.
Connor.
But anyway,
Did you use AI?
no, did not.
No, they both mutually parted ways.
Okay. So, but still, and he also had like the track facility named in his honor. So I really like that. That is a good way. And also, and going to number 7, I'm going to butcher his last name. Joe Faganis.
Fagans.
Fagans, thank you.
Yep.
Men's golf from 1972 to 2019. He served 47 years as the head coach. He produced many all-conference golfers, and he the longest tenured coach actually in Marshall history.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 47 years.
He even has our opening fall season golf invitationals, the Joe Fagans Invitational.
You're correct, yes, sir. Okay, and number 6, I have Dan D'Antoni. As Shane did mention, he first NCAA tournament win in school history back in 2018.
Great moment.
And he really kind of revived Marshall men's basketball,
Agreed.
I'd say. Watching his games are very exciting and really up-tempo. Obviously, I feel like they live and die by the 3. It's both D'Antoni, so
it's
they want to do that. It's fun to
It's
watch.
so much fun to watch until it's not working.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
Yeah.
Towards the end, he
Yeah.
the 2024 was like his last tenure here, I believe, or before that.
Yeah, because he
Before
was
that, yeah.
in right before until
You're right,
Jackson
yeah.
took over.
Mhm. And at number 5, I have Judy Southard. She's a women's basketball coach from the 80s to the 90s. She had a
Judy Southard.
Southard, thank you, sir.
Oh my gosh,
she had a-
Connor,
I
did
can't-
you do no
Okay,
research on this?
First off, there's no pronunciation guides for these people's names. I just see the name and that's all I
can
got.
look it
I
up.
only know this because I've been in Dr. Bailey's office enough times having these conversations.
This is true.
'Cause I-
Dr. Bailey,
Dr. Bailey,
is
yeah.
probably the most ball knower in
Because
Marshall.
I had
has so
to talk.
much
Because
ball.
I remember talk about Judy Southard. Because in Caldwell's only year, they were comparing her to Judy Southard.
She had a record of 178 and 130. She had 5 straight Southern Conference regular season titles, and she's a 3-time SoCon Coach of the Year. One coach of the year.
That's
3
good.
times. Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, I agree.
And at number 4, I have the man himself, Jack Cook, baseball
Okay.
from 1967 to 89. A big reason. I mean, the field is named after him. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Great field, by the
Yeah,
way.
great field.
Great
Beautiful field.
stadium.
He went 422 and 344 and 3. There were ties apparently. He won 2 Southern Conference titles in 78 and 81, and he took Marshall baseball to NCAA tournaments.
There you go.
He done that.
Easy pick. There you
Yeah,
go.
and I have my top 3. I have last things are here. We have football, men's basketball, and softball. Starting off with number 3, softball. It's Shonda Stanton.
Yeah, Shonda State.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a
Shonda
really
Stanton,
good.
That's
yeah.
good.
I mean, come on.
Now
I was
like-
thinking you
yeah.
might leave her off by accident.
No,
but
she's
that's
there.
good.
Now
she's
the
there.
head coach at Indiana, and she was the head coach for current Marshall head coach, Morgan Zirkle.
She literally had 560 career wins.
Yeah,
with Marshall.
she's nuts.
17 years, 560 games. She had 12 years with 30 plus wins. Dude, I mean, come on, she was a dog at the head coach. She was
Speaking of Morgan Zirkle, did you know this summer she was playing pro softball?
Dude, she's been playing pro softball since she got to Marshall, even before she got to Marshall.
Oh, well, so
Really?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that when she started coaching, she was still playing. So it's the new the Athletes Unlimited on TV. I was just watching it one day, and I heard the name Zirkle,
Did y'all not know?
and I started going crazy.
I did not know that at all.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry that I'm from Michigan, Benderson.
She did before she got to Marshall, and she's been doing it since. Yeah, she's been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, she's a dog. All right.
Okay. Number 2, again, named after him, Cam Henderson.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
1935, 1955, record of 362 and 185, 1947 NAIB national champion, and he was the innovator at that 2-3 zone defense, man.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
saying.
dude, yeah.
That's what I was
The
saying. If it
2-3.
wasn't for him, the 2-3 zone defense.
Literally.
Yeah, he was the founder of the 2-3 zone.
I am
Innovator.
a firm believer that if you run a solid 2-3 defense, nobody will beat you.
Well, I mean,
Jim,
he did.
Yeah,
So-
Jim Boeheim is another one over at Syracuse. He had a really good
he had a
2-3.
good 2-3.
Yeah, I love a 2-3. Because, I mean, really, you're just forcing them to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of
yeah.
teams aren't, well, nowadays they probably will, but I don't know.
And that was back in like the 30s and 50s, so it wasn't really,
When basketball was
Yeah.
still, peach rims. What was the?
I think it was.
I don't
was it
think-
watermelon?
I think
That is peach basket.
Peach pit.
Peach
yeah,
baskets.
peach baskets.
I don't
yeah,
think
there
they
you
were
go.
doing peach baskets at this. I think they went ahead and did. I don't know.
It was a joke.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they were not still using peach
No.
baskets when Cam Anderson was coach.
And
I'm just kidding.
so go for number 1. I feel like this is kind of if you hear Bob Pruitt.
yes.
I think
Yeah.
Bob Pruitt number 1. I mean, football
Yeah.
coach from 1996 2004. Shane did mention in his list 1996 he did win it was FCS national championship. Is that what it's called?
1996 was FCS. Well,
Yeah.
at that time it was Division One,
Division
Double
one.
A.
Yeah, I was about to say is that what
which
it's called?
it's
Yeah,
the
I
FCS,
have that
yeah.
in my thing, but you said FCS. I don't know what to call
Yeah,
it.
I don't know when they originally tagged it.
Yeah,
as
when
FCS.
did they do
it's-
that?
I don't know, but it's still also it's like FCS formerly known as 1AA.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's what it is.
That's what it is. Second
Yeah.
level.
And he had a record of 94 and 23, as well as 5 MAC titles and 5 bowl wins. So I consider him, Bob Pruitt, literally the greatest Marshall coach of that time, of all time.
I agree. That's a good one. 2006 was when they started calling it.
Is that when I did
So
it?
there you go. There's a little.
So
little fun fact.
IAA is what.
Yeah,
yeah.
Division One.
Division 1 double A. Is that what he got?
Yeah, because FBS was Division
Okay.
One single A. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good list. I mean,
it's a
other
solid
than the
list
fact
besides
that Chris
I know.
Grassi
What
was
I get though?
off of it.
What I get?
I believe you got a really good score.
Did I?
Let me pull it up right now. You got a B+.
That is the greatest score. I got all Cs
This
so
is true.
far.
He's had a rough start in list
I'm doing
life
pretty good.
with
That was a good one.
rankings.
That was a good one.
I believe we do have a couple of fan comments.
Oh, jeez.
So Ben Westfall, as we talked about, said Grassi. I did say, trust me, I will be bringing that up. That's
yeah.
Connor's
He
list.
did.
Because, I mean, come on, man.
Mr. Westfall. Mr. Westfall.
Yeah. Westfall also says that he should get a statue at the end of the day. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that man should get a statue over by Hoops Family Field.
Tell Westfall to put the rolls on the table. I don't need to.
Honestly,
I don't need to hear none of
like, let's get him on the show, you know? And then we have a guy named Asher. He says, no Doc Holliday should get you fired.
I don't agree with that
No.
take. That's a terrible take.
No.
That's not a good take.
This is
not a great take.
Ignorant Shane. Who's Doc Holliday?
He was the head coach before Charles Huff, and he was the one that won the he was the one
yeah.
that won the 2014 Conference USA Championship.
No.
Mr. Marshall Athletics ball never been Anderson.
No, I would
yeah,
not
that's what I
put-
thought.
No,
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I
not
thought.
putting Doc Holliday in my top 10.
Yeah, no, I
Just
agree.
because
So
I know.
Asher does not know Marshall Ball.
Just
No,
because
yeah.
of the way the team fell apart at the end of his helm
This
Yeah.
is true.
and went to shambles.
Alrighty, well, hey, B+ though.
Solid list.
Great
I'll
list.
take it. I'll
Great
take it. I'll
list.
take it. I'll
And
take it.
Ben Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
We're giving you the reins here to take it away with the final buzzer.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I know some people are gonna be upset at me. Okay, are we going from 10 to 1?
Yes.
Oh crap! Now I got tear
That's
up all
fine.
of my papers because I accidentally had them in numerical order. So okay.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna go.
Well, you see, we've reached the 21st century, so we just use
Yeah, so
laptops.
yeah.
Well, I also print mine off too because I like reading off paper.
Welcome to the final buzzer.
Mine is the top 10 athletes during the Sun Belt era. So that means like during the time Marshall was in the Sun Belt.
And it's only like what, 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Four?
okay. I thought it was 2022.
No, 2021 was first year.
Are you sure? Okay. I thought it was
4
I thought
years.
it was
Yeah, because-
22. Okay, 4.
Which, by the way, I have a question about
wait,
this.
actually, was it 2022?
I thought it was 22.
It was 22.
I'm
yeah,
Googling it.
Yeah, it was 22 because my freshman year was the first year we were in the league.
Yeah, let's see what you got going.
Number 10, we got Rasheen Ali. running back for the Marshall Thundering
Yeah.
Herd.
Good start.
And the reason is, well, because he was 2022 a Maxwell Award watch list, 2023 preseason All Sun Belt Conference second team, and then 2023 first team by Phil Steele. And of course, this man just carried Marshall throughout his years. Of course, couldn't really find stats from his last year with the Thundering Herd. Really big notes from his last year Thundering Herd because he went 4 games. The rest was always really good to the NFL.
Yeah.
First in the Sun Belt, he didn't really do a whole lot because he missed season due to injury. But he did come back for the final 3 games, 273 yards and a touchdown. MVP of the 2022 Myrtle Beach Bowl, 92 yards and a touchdown on 15 carries over UConn, and also had a 100-yard game with a 102-yard effort against Georgia State, and then was the number 1 back the following year for the Thundering Herd. Yeah, so basically, it's like he's had a phenomenal career at Marshall. He helped lead the Thundering Herd offense in the first 2 years in the league, and now he's balling it up as a kick returner for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
So I put him at 10.
That's a good pick.
Number 9, I'm putting Tavion Kinsey, all-time leading scorer for Marshall men's basketball. The reason he's not up higher is because he only played 1 year in the Sun Belt Conference.
I don't know. I don't
Conference
know if
USA.
he should be on the list.
Yeah,
He was here for a year.
1 season.
But
You don't say that. You
1
were just
season.
saying you
But
should be
I'm just
higher.
saying- I'm
He was
just-
a dog. He was a dog.
Hey,
He was.
I'm just saying that I witnessed it. If it was for Tavion, this team would have been dog water if it was for Tavion.
So you said you watched him play?
Yeah, I watched Tavion play.
So biased.
Well, I'm saying honestly, hey, if he watching the stands, the ball knower himself, I'd say he can
Conflict of interest, anyone?
Shut up.
Oh my gosh.
I think you should.
Okay.
Me personally, again, it's your list. I think you should maybe 1 spot higher. Me personally,
Okay.
but that's fine. I do like he's on the list though.
Led the team in points that season, 22.1 points per game. He led the Thundering Herd for numerous seasons, but that big season, 22.1 points per game. Absolute beast in the paint. Was able to score from wherever he wanted to, and was the backbone of that Thundering Herd squad, which of course ended up falling short at the end of the season, but when Marshall was lighting it up, allowed Dan D'Antoni to get a contract extension to go 1 more year. And then we kind of, I don't know how that ended up. I'm not really want to go there, but moving on. We stay with men's basketball. I'm going Nate Martin.
Terrible pick.
That's why I think Nate.
Okay, I realized after I made this list, I should have put Tavion over Nate Martin, but I already submitted to Shane, and Shane went, you can't change it.
No, I mean, you can't because the polls
okay,
are
right now. I think can we allow
if
him?
you would like to verbally change it. Right?
Yeah.
I will
right now.
verbally put Nate Martin at 9,
Okay.
Tavion
Thank you
Kinsey
so
at 8.
much.
Should
Thank you.
Nate Martin be on the list though? He didn't win anything. Like he
But
didn't
Nate
get
Martin-
any. He didn't
but
get any
Nate
awards.
Martin was kind of an absolute dog though.
He didn't
for the
get.
Herd in 2 years
I'll
men's
take
basketball.
Obina and a chili killing over Nate Martin any day.
I'm taking Nate Martin over Obina.
How?
I'm taking Obina personally.
Obina actually got some Sunbelt awards. No,
I mean,
Nate got nothing.
doesn't he? Is
Yeah, but Nate Martin wasn't foul happy though. Obina was. Obina had to come off the bench. Had to go on the bench at a lot of games because he kept getting in foul trouble.
I mean, he's not wrong.
But he got postseason recognition.
Man played
Also-
and started in all 33 games of one of his final seasons. Averaged a double-double in 2023, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Only player in the league to average a double-double. Team high 44 blocks, 16 double-doubles. His first year at Marshall, 19 double-figure scoring games. This is just before you two clowns showed up to Marshall University.
Wow.
And then he wasn't great year 2, but year 1, I think I solidified it. And yes, I just called you 2 clowns.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Okay. Who's next? Who we got?
Mike Green.
Too low.
A little low.
Too low?
It's a little
Got to
low.
be higher.
I think for the rest of people on this list, I think Mike Green, I think I'm fine with him being
Led
number
the
7.
country
Okay.
in sacks.
Yeah, but the players I have over him had a hell of a lot more accolades than just leading the country in sacks. So
Okay.
A lot of HE double hockey sticks coming out of Ben
last time I
Anderson's
checked,
mouth
that is
today.
legal to say by the FCC in
It
that
is true.
sense.
That
This
is
is true.
you're right. You're not wrong.
It is
Very,
legal by
very
the FCC. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. All right, so
true. Been here for a while, Shane.
Mike
He
Green
has been here for a while.
is 2024 Walter Camp First Team All-American, AFCA Second Team All-American, Associated Press Second Team All-American, FWAA Second Team All-American, College Football Network Edge Defender of the Year, Hero G5 Defensive Player of the Year, Sunbelt Conference Player of the Year, All SBC First Team Defense, Team MVP, and the Eternal Captain. That was all in that 1 year.
And he's number 6, by the way.
Yeah. Well, because it's like he only had 1 big year. A few of the people on this list I feel like kind of helped Marshall have more overall success.
I need to
He
hear.
was
we need
about to be a 3rd-round draft pick. Or no, a 1st-round draft pick.
Second
And then he
round.
dropped down to round 3.
Yeah.
Round
No,
2.
He was
Round
gonna
2. Round 2.
round 2. Baltimore
2?
Ravens. Yep.
I
Round
thought it was
2.
3.
Ravens.
Yeah,
Baltimore. Round
At
2.
the end of round 2.
All right.
Like
fair.
I think he was pick 54.
Your pick.
Mike
54.
Green, of course,
His face is pick 54.
59, actually.
Oh wow!
Get
the
it
few
right,
off,
Connor.
Shane.
Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Use Google.
Are y'all done?
Yeah, sorry.
This man is coming onto our show and
Hey, he needs
doing
to get
this.
it. Okay, who?
All right, go ahead.
Are you
Keep
done with
going.
Mike?
Keep going. Keep
All
going.
right, okay, go.
Okay, 17 sacks, 144 sacks. You know what? Screw it. I'm done with Mike Green. I'm just going to continue.
I think everybody agrees he should be on this list.
Yeah, he's on the list. That's what I wanted, for him to be on the list, and he is.
I agree.
That's like, you know what? Screw it. I'll go to the next person. Okay, we got Matthew Bell, Marshall men's soccer player, 2023 Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. Of course, had the long tournament run for the Thundering Herd that season. Well, of course, like Marshall, while falling up short that season, but was still at the number 1 seed, won the Sun Belt Conference Championship, won the regular season title as well. 2022 SBC Freshman of the Year, first team All Sun Belt Conference in 2022, and the Offensive Player of the Week at that time. And then 2023 Sun Belt Player of the Year the following year for Marshall men's soccer was the backbone for those 2 seasons. I think that's why he goes over Mike Green, because he carried on that success
That's
for
fair.
more than just 1 year.
That's fair.
Then we have Autumn Owen from Marshall softball,
Also,
the 2023
Matthew
Marshall
Bell,
softball
I believe
team.
he's in the MLS right now, right?
Yes. And then Autumn Owen in the 2023 Sun Belt, first season for Marshall in the league in softball. Marshall went all the way to the Sun Belt Conference Championship game, and Autumn Owen was the backbone of this batting team. All-conference first team, won the batting triple crown.
Yeah.
Best average, most home runs, and most RBIs. Batted .444, 19 home runs, and 71 RBIs. This was the most in a season in program history. 19th homers, finished 7th in the nation, and for a time in the season led the country. .442 average, ranked 6th best in a single season in program history. Had a walk-off single to defeat Pitt on March 5th. And then hit a game-winning 2-run homer to defeat number 24 Virginia Tech, and had 5 home runs in a weekend in the Liberty Classic, the most in a single weekend in program history in that season for the Thundering Herd.
This man has receipts.
This man did his
He's got
research.
receipts.
I honestly would say that she should be higher, personally. But this man has a heavy bias
Yeah,
towards
and
2
also
sports.
he's got a lot.
Okay, the reason why I have the 2 people at the top is because the
no,
amount of success they have.
yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
I
get it.
like your top 2.
Okay.
I really
agree.
do.
Number 4,
we'll
we
get
go to the pool. Grace Kelshire.
That's a bar.
Grace
That's a bar.
Kelshire.
Okay, yeah.
Diver for Marshall. She was, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-time Sun Belt Conference Diver of the Week in her final year with the Thundering Herd. Made it to the NCAA Diving Zones qualifiers in both the 1 meter and 3 meter dive, and had season best performances in the 1 meter, 3 meter, and platform. The year before that, made it to the same diving zone qualifiers in both the 1 and 3 meter. Sun Belt Conference Women's Swimming and Diving all second team. Sun Belt Conference 1 meter second place, 3 meter second place, and was a Diver of the Week. So.
No, I agree. It's a good pick.
Yeah,
Grace
but
Kelsh-
I will say
number
that,
th-
but
number-
real quick, the bar you transitioned
we're
to
heading
that
to the
was
pool.
that was tough.
That was
I will say,
that was tough. We might have to clip that.
Now
That
we
was
go
hard.
to, now we go
Clip
to
it.
the court. Number 3, we go
Yes.
to the court. Abby Beeman,
Yes.
Agreed.
point
Agreed.
guard, Marshall women's basketball, was here for the final year of Tony Kemper, the first year in the league, and was showing a lot of potential. But then the Kim Caldwell era became one of the greatest point guards in Marshall women's to ever touch the floor in the Cam Henderson Center for Marshall women's basketball. Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, all conference first team. Led the team in points per game, 16.6, 67 threes, 5.6 rebounds per game, assists per game 6.3, and steals per game 2.3. Led the conference with 209 assists, which was 8th in NCAA Division I, second most in single season program history. Recorded not only the first but second triple doubles in Marshall women's basketball history in that same season.
Jeez.
I did not know that.
She had the first and the second, and is the only one to ever have a.
That's crazy.
And then
Dog.
one of 2 players in NCAA to record multiple triple doubles in that same season with Caitlin Clark. And she scored Marshall career high 28 points against Georgia Southern and scored 10 plus points in 30 of Marshall's 32 games that season under the Kim Caldwell era.
Yeah,
Okay.
dog.
The fact you said she was up there with Caitlin Clark and something.
No,
when-
no,
Was
he
she-
didn't
It's
say
facts.
that.
No,
he said.
seriously. No, it's facts. Trust me.
I wonder where she's playing now.
Look up at she's playing
playing in
Iceland.
Europe.
Iceland.
Yeah, you're right. Good for her.
Yeah.
We got Abby Beeman. We got to get her on the show, man.
Literally get her on here. Let's get her going.
For real. She's 24 years old now.
Okay.
Whoa, dude! She averaged 26 points a game last season over there.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, she's a baller.
8.4 rebounds and 9 assists. She's almost averaging a triple double. Dear
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh, yeah. Beast. Okay, then the last 2, we go to the track.
Okay.
These 2 are kind of simultaneously. Yeah. Both of these are in cross country, but you could kind of make the argument one over the other. Number 2, I got Kylie Maston.
Should be number 1. Most decorated athlete in Marshall history.
Okay, well, Kylie Maston, of course, yes, most decorated athlete, 6 gold medals, 3-time Sun Belt Conference champion, track athlete of the year in the indoor, first team All Sun Belt, and school record holder in indoor 800, 1K, mile, 3K, DMR, outdoor 800, 1500.
Goodness
And then
gracious.
the graduate senior, she only was able to compete in the indoor season in her final year because that was when the COVID eligibility ran out. But then 2024, the last full season, 2-time Sun Belt Conference champion, first team All Sun Belt, NCAA first round qualifier. You know what? My number one, I'm going
Wait,
with.
I'd like to say this about Kylie first. Did you ever get to meet her?
No.
Nicest person you
Oh
ever
yeah,
met.
nicest. Oh,
Sweetest
actually,
person ever.
And then the number one person I've ever is also a very nice.
Really?
person.
I never
They're
got to meet
best-
Abby.
Well, they're best friends. They
Oh,
always ran-
really?
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh, that's nice.
They share an apartment together. Best friends. Always train with each other. As they say, 2 peas in 1 pod. So number one, I'm going with the GOAT herself, Abby Herring. Abby Herring's my number one. Left Marshall holding 7 track and field records. Set 6 school records in her final season with the Thundering Herd and also won a gold medal that year. Left Marshall as the indoor 1K, 3K, 5K, and DMR school record holder and outdoor 3K, 5K, and 10K school record holder. 3-time Sun Belt Conference Athlete of the Week. 2024 First Team All Sun Belt Outdoor. 2024 First Team All Sun Belt Indoor. First woman to ever qualify for the NCAA Cross Country National Championships. And let's see here, what else? Because I actually had a lot of notes on her. 17 won 17 collegiate races in her career with the Marshall Thundering Herd as well. There's 3-time Track Athlete of the Week. I said 3-time Cross Country Athlete of the Week.
Only 3?
And she was the 2022 and 2023 First Team All Sun Belt Cross Country.
I think I'm putting Kylie over.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
But
think
then
I am.
also, Abby set the way for Kylie to have success.
Okay. You can't do that. Also, didn't Kylie break some of her records?
They both broke each other's records, but also, here's the other thing is 2023 NCAA National Qualifier. I said first woman in the history of Marshall University to qualify. Left Marshall as women's cross country 5K and 6K record holder. Maston does not have that over her. And then 4-time all-conference runner, the second woman in history to do so for Marshall University. Kylie Maston did not because Kylie actually transferred into Marshall. She didn't start
Because
at
they
Marshall.
don't have me on that track.
No, she started at Ball State, transferred into Marshall. So
I had no idea Kylie Maston went to Ball State.
Me either.
she started
That's
at Ball State.
I thought Kylie was here the entire
And
time.
then the
I
other thing
agree.
is- and then one other stat I forgot to bring up for Maston was she was the first individual cross country female champion in terms of conference. But if you look at it, Abby Herring kind of does have more of the accolades.
throws the paper at
This
you.
man
Then Kylie
has
Maston, so
like
therefore,
12 pieces of
Abby
paper.
Herring is number 1. Kylie Maston is number 2.
Alrighty. It's understandable.
I did agree. Put your headset back on. I did agree. I did agree with Abby at number 1 though. Because I remember. What
And
was it?
also, I reported it and I lived through it and I witnessed all this.
Okay,
too,
that's
so.
true. Yeah, I know you did.
Were you there at the races live?
No, but I was the.
Oh, wow, he didn't see it.
But he saw practice.
That's like the Wilt.
but I
That's
was
like
there-
the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game. He
But
wasn't.
I was
you
there
weren't
practicing, and I actually did watch her Sunbelt. I did watch both Sunbelt championship races though.
Okay.
On
Alright, that's fair.
ESPN Plus,
Okay,
and
that's
I
fair.
reported and kind of followed all of this.
Connor, did you just post our game for later tonight on your story during the show?
Yeah. I gotta let the people know.
So Connor and I are calling a volleyball game tonight
Yeah.
for Marshall together, and he just posted that on his story while we're sitting here doing this episode.
He was talking about his points, and I got notifications that WMUL Radio
fair.
sent you a chat. So I looked at it and posted on my story.
I mean, I think it's a good list. I think you can definitely make some changes.
The only one I didn't agree with was Nate Martin.
I
That's the
think
only one
Nate
I
Martin
didn't really
shouldn't
agree
be
with.
on this list. I would, I said Mike Green should be higher. I don't think he should. I'd move Autumn Owen into the number 3 slot, and then I'd move Abby Beeman and Grace Kelsheimer down 1.
Personally, I'm keeping Abby Beeman in the top 3.
I'm keeping Beeman in the top there. I'm sorry.
But I do agree with Abby and Kylie being
That's,
one and two.
I agree with
I
that.
do
as a
agree
one
with
and two.
that.
That's a great thing
and
about
yeah-
this country, man. We can disagree.
Yes,
And
we
y'all,
can.
and y'all thought I was going to show up and do my homework.
I
you did.
give you a lot
Yeah,
of credit.
you did.
You came prepared. That's great.
But
Yeah,
but what did the list get
what
on Instagram?
did the people say on my Instagram account? You gotta see. We went from B to B plus to a C.
Do we have any comments?
Clearly, they don't know knowledge.
Honestly, like,
Clearly,
They don't know.
we
They
got
don't know like
people
you do.
saying stuff.
They did not do their homework.
All right.
Yes, Brent Will-
FM88 Sports, Anthony Doria says
no. Mike Green.
No.
Micah Abraham over Nate Martin.
I could see that.
Okay. Is there anything else Anthony Doria added? I was
He's only going to say that because
I was
Michael
gonna
Abraham
say-
had the pick. No, I was Gilmore had the pick 6 against Notre Dame. Never mind.
He did.
Nah, I don't think.
I thought he was going to say Mike Green number 1. That's what I thought
Sean
he would say.
FM88 Sports. Sean Donovan now says Mike Green should be higher.
Okay.
I think we've already talked about
After-
that. I don't think so.
After hearing all
Yeah.
the info you backed up for everybody else,
This is true.
I like him at 6, right? Yeah, I
is
like him
true.
at 6. I like him at 6.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we had 3 solid lists. I think
we did.
I don't think we blew anybody away.
I got
I will
one
say
up.
some people that are trying to be funny and just put Fs.
Yeah, we got like nerds out there like either Patrick Niles and Messinger.
It's really not. It's
Trolls.
we're trying to make a living here with the show.
yeah,
and
literally.
they're just,
Me and Shane
joking around with us.
trying to be big one day.
We're trying to make it big, and
Yeah.
people are
Yeah, I
joking
understand.
with us.
People out here trolling for no reason
Literally.
whatsoever.
We have one little discussion question
Ooh.
that I came up with before we end things here. If there's one athlete right now at Marshall that you think could end up being on this list, a current athlete, who do you think it is?
Oh, good Lord, I got to think here.
I honestly don't know.
Well, that's why it's a discussion question.
I know, but I'm blanking on every Marshall athlete.
Destiny Berryman.
That's a good one.
Destiny Berryman has a lot of success at the cross country. She's only a sophomore this year, and she shows a lot of potential moving forward for that women's
Hannah
team.
Weiler?
Well, Hannah Weiler's already a senior.
Oh, good point.
I'm thinking of trying to think of volleyball players that would be.
There's
like,
that one
up there.
pitcher. Oh, I think he graduated. Never mind.
Thinking BB-8, Bryce Evans?
Yeah,
No, I think he's got one more year.
he's got one more year.
He's pitching this year.
Although
He wasn't that great
he
last
had a
year.
rough year last year.
He had a great year before
That's 'cause
that.
he
because
came-
wasn't he preseason pitcher of the year?
Well, he
was.
came off he came out of the bullpen in the first home series, and then went like 7 innings out of the bullpen. So then they made him like the number 3 guy after that.
I will say there's a young gun on the Marshall baseball team. Give me a second here while I get his name.
I honestly don't think anyone.
He was
right now
he
on
was a
baseball.
really young pitcher, and I had him a couple
and
games. I
also,
called.
if you look about it with the transfer portal too, it's kind of hard to have success at Marshall University because like Abby was one of those
Well,
few
I
ones that
mean-
never left. Kylie never left. Kelschmeyer never left. Ottomoen left after that season.
Clint Moak.
Oh yeah, him. I
He
know
was
who
a
that is.
freshman last year.
Yeah,
He was our Sunday guy.
He was really good.
Yeah,
he was
pretty-
really good.
I mean, if he stays here for 4 years, he could probably.
Oh
make
wait, who
it.
played really good last year? Griffin Miller.
Yeah,
He was really good last year.
That's true.
Well, I
he's
think Griffin
only.
isn't he also older?
He's gonna be a junior.
He's a junior. He was a sophomore last season.
Yeah.
He showed. I remember.
He did pretty solid.
He was really good. I really enjoy watching Griffin pitch.
And with that question, half the people I named off my list stayed at Marshall University. Only a few of them had transferred into Marshall.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the problem now. If you have an athlete that much
mean-
success, they're not going to really stay at Marshall
No,
University.
but you have a guy
Volleyball.
Yeah.
I mean, Emma Barnett maybe.
Emma Barnett. She's a stud.
She's
Playing
a
as
stud.
freshman. She's
Audrey
really
Gear
good.
is really
Audrey,
good
yeah.
too. She's been hurt lately. Though. She's had a little bit of injury trouble in her
Yeah.
career. So maybe not her.
Beatrice's got one more year after this year.
Are you sure about
She
that?
told me that
I'm gonna
to my
ask her
face.
that tonight because she
told
is
me that
listed as
to
a
my face.
senior. All right, we'll ask her tonight.
Okay, but I swear she said we talked about it on that, and she said that next year is like a redshirt season, like she redshirted,
Which
or
would be
whatever it was.
great.
Yeah.
Marshall volleyball is on the come. I'm gonna be honest with you. Marshall women's sports
Up there.
on the come up right now.
Women's soccer has impressed me.
Women's soccer
Yeah, they
is
have impressed me a lot.
Samoa's has
Yeah,
done
I
a
know.
great job. Volleyball is coming up. Softball is coming up.
I'm excited to
under
see
Zirkle.
more softball. I'm excited to see when they actually get started.
Our track and field and cross country for women's has always been great.
goated.
Men's team
Women's
is-
basketball, I think, is going to take a step up this year.
I was like, men's track and field, since it's now year 4 now. Yeah, year 4 with the program is finally starting
Yeah.
to build up to where it
Okay.
needs to be.
Honestly, did you guys hear about the women's soccer game, the last one last weekend, with the goalie, Katie McCutcheon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came in, the freshman. She came in and had 4 saves, let in 2 goals. She's crazy.
She's gonna be a dog.
She might be on there. Honestly,
She'll be on the list.
actually. So she's from Point Pleasant.
Oh, okay.
Just up the road. I actually got to ref her while she was in high school, and dude, you could.
I had one of her teammates tell me that Marshall had a great goalie out of that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, what's going on with Alexis Wolgemuth?
I have no clue.
No idea.
They're like just not playing her.
I don't
She's like
know.
in the record books as a Marshall goalie.
I know.
I do not know.
Well, I thought maybe it was a height thing, but all 3 goalies are 5'5". So
Yeah. I mean, Emma's 5'5", right? You said all 3 5'5"?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I think Emma's 5'5" or
Yeah,
5'6".
Emma
I
Durant,
can't remember
believe,
which
is also-
one.
I don't know, 6'7" maybe. Sorry.
6'7".
We are children.
20-year-old
Yeah,
children.
no, I can't think of
20.
really.
I'm 21.
20. We're in the 20s, buddy.
I can't think of anyone else.
That's
I think.
I'm throwing in the towel.
That's a tough question. There's so many sports you got to go
I
over.
think
Like,
probably Katie McCutcheon's a good one. Clint Moak.
I really like
Barnett.
the Emma Barnett one. I
Emma
like that.
Barnett.
She's been really good.
Last year, I probably would have said Audrey Gear.
Okay, I do
Yeah.
like
And I
Des-
mean, she still could. She's
She's a sophomore this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
which one? I do like Destiny Berryman though.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Golf or maybe.
No, golf is
Our,
where
our tennis team's
know.
nuts.
Really?
They were like top 40 last year at some point. I think they ended up having a couple rough ones in a row.
Okay.
Marshall sports, man. Marshall women's sports. How about it?
Big Marshall women's sports
Well,
guy. They're really good.
Well, I think that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Connor, you got anything else?
Not really. Another good, successful episode
Yeah,
of Let's
good
Life. I think now, Ben Anderson, what do you have to say? And
Yeah.
also,
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. We
and
really
being
appreciate
so
it.
prepared. That was
Yeah,
great.
that
Thank you.
was. I realized that for next week, I got up my game because that was crazy. Like the way
That
all
was
these
crazy.
pages. But no, really, thank you for coming on, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. I had a great time.
Of course, it's fun.
Yeah, it was
See,
really
it's just
fun.
it's a nice little chill vibe. Good
Just
vibes.
chatting with the boys is
Just a
basically
good
what
time,
it is.
Alrighty, well, thank you all for tuning in this week. We'll be back again next week. I think we already have our topic in person
we
next
do.
week.
Yeah.
Let's just say I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, but who knows? Maybe we'll have to pivot. You never know here on List Life. Thank you for tuning in, and you have a great rest of your day.